6-year-old boy found dead. He was found with his head in a toilet.
His parents are now charged with murder.
It happened in a hotel room in Kissimmee where that family was living. The sheriff says 5 other kids were also being abused.
Fox 35's Valerie Boy is in Osceola County where the sheriff just spoke.
Well, the Osceola sheriff says a couple killed their 6-year-old son and abused their 5 other children here at this motel off of 192 in Osceola County. We want to warn you, this is very difficult to hear and see. Now, Sheriff Marcos Lopez says the parents, Larry Rhodes and Bianca Blase, beat their 6-year-old son, causing him to die. They say the mother called 911, saying her son drowned after drinking from the toilet. However, investigators say she lied. He died at the hospital. Deputies also released pictures of injuries to the couple's other 5 kids who range from 10 months old to 5 years old. He says this is one of the worst cases of child abuse in the history of Osceola County.
Because they were beaten so much to the point where, you're not crying anymore. That's the only thing I can think of. And that's probably why no one heard or saw anything. The 4 and the 5-year-old were the ones that were able to speak and give out enough information through that CPT investigation and give details of what happened.
Now the parents are charged with murder, aggravated manslaughter, and aggravated child abuse. Sheriff Lopez says all 5 kids are now staying in the same foster home. In Osceola County, Valerie.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy J-Mo coming back at it again with another episode of Just In News. And today we have another crazy story. This is a pretty sad, sickening story that I came across this morning, and I just wanted to share with the community, the family, about this tragic situation that happened. Before we jump into this video, as always, I want to go ahead and send out prayers and healing energy to the young boy who passed away and also his siblings who were in this tragic situation. May the young boy rest in peace. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Let's jump into this video. 2 Florida parents are behind bars today on murder, abuse, and neglect charges for allegedly severely abusing their 6-year-old son, who died this week after spending more than a month on life support. Osceola County Sheriff Marcos Lopez alleged during a Wednesday press conference that Larry Rhodes, age 22, and his girlfriend, 25-year-old Bianca Blase, repeatedly beat their son after catching the boy drinking out of a toilet of their Kissimmee hotel room.
Let's take you to Osceola County tonight, where a couple faces charges after their 6-year-old son was found unconscious with his head in a toilet. That child is now on life support. As West 2's Megan Mulatto tells us, the couple has 6 children, and the entire family lived in a hotel room.
According to this 6-page arrest report, deputies were initially responding to a call of a drowning inside a hotel room on 192. When they arrived, they say they found a 6-year-old boy without a pulse. The report says the person who called 911 told deputies her 6-year-old son's head was in the toilet, like he was drinking water, and that he became unconscious. When deputies arrived, they say the 6-year-old wasn't breathing. They administered CPR until he was taken to the hospital with a life-threatening brain bleed and was put on life support. 8 people were found in the hotel room, 6 children and their parents, Larry Rhodes Jr. and Bianca Blase. Both are facing several child neglect charges. Rhodes is also facing an aggravated child abuse charge. Deputies say they noticed visible injuries on the 6-year-old boy's face, including swollen eyes and blood in his mouth.
Lopez said that Blase called 911 back on July 5, 2022, and allegedly said her son had drowned while drinking the toilet water. When officers arrived, the unconscious boy's head was in the toilet and he had no pulse. The child was rushed to the nearest hospital, where doctors determined he was suffering from a brain bleed and a lacerated liver. The sheriff told reporters the couple's other 5 children also had bruises on their bodies. One of the sons had a hemorrhage in their left eye. Several of the other children were interviewed by police. According to investigators, 2 said their parents beat the 6-year-old boy with closed fists after they saw his head in the toilet. Blase initially told investigators she walked into the bathroom and found the child with his head in the toilet. Then she told her child to go into a corner near the hotel room's front door. Shortly after, she said she heard Rhodes yell and heard 3 claps an arrest report stated. When she left the bathroom, she reportedly found the child lying on the floor with Rhodes standing nearby. However, Lopez told reporters the parents became angry with the boy because he was drinking from the toilet and began to beat him. She was lying from the beginning, saying this child drowned in a toilet. I mean, it's physically impossible, Lopez stated. The mother reportedly beat him first, and then the father repeatedly punched him multiple times to the head and stomach area. In July, Rhodes and Blaze were arrested and charged with neglect and child abuse. The little boy was our primary focus when we first arrived on the scene. However, it was immediately clear that the other children in the hotel room were also the victims of child abuse, Lopez stated. You could tell they were abused simply by looking at them. They appeared to be malnourished and had bruises that were consistent with being hit with a shoe. Inside the hotel room, investigators found blood on the bottom of the shoe and throughout the room. Blood splatter was also found in a corner where the mother said the children were made to stand with their noses in the corner as punishment. The state's attorney's office also charged the couple with aggravated manslaughter of a child, aggravated child abuse, and 5 counts of child neglect. These people are savages. I just can't think the 10-month-old was already on the same path. Was he going to make it to 6, Lopez stated? According to an earlier police report, Blaze told investigators that Rhodes was off his medication for schizophrenia and that he was the one who hit the children. But the sheriff told reporters she was just as responsible for her son's death. The family moved to Fort Myers to the hotel room in Kissimmee in March, but none of the kids attended school or even played outside. Those staying in nearby rooms never even heard any crying, which Lopez said could indicate they were accustomed to the abuse. The survivors are ages 5, 4, 2, and 10 months. The children are now in the same foster home and doing well.
The 4-year-old in the room also had bruises on his face and fresh cuts around his mouth, according to the arrest report. When the children's parents were asked about the injuries, the report says they claimed there was a fight between the siblings. But when the 4-year-old was asked, he said, quote, "Daddy hit me." Both parents were taken to the sheriff's office for questioning, where the report states Blaze mentioned Rhodes had whooped the kids in the past and that he has recently become more upset because he ran out of his medication for schizophrenia. In the interview, Blaze also denies having knowledge of her kids' injuries. In Osceola County, Megan Mulatto, WESH 2 News.
In conclusion, please take your mental health seriously. A little bit of therapy can go a long way. If you can't afford it, then please look into some places that can provide free counseling. We all go through hard times, some worse than others, but it is important to take accountability and always be the best parent you can be. Children are innocent and do not ask to be brought into this world. As a parent, the main responsibility is always to protect, provide, and guide our children to be the best they can be. It's always tragic to hear stories of this nature, but spreading awareness and promoting ways that people can take action on mental health issues will be very significant. This is an unacceptable situation that only God can judge. From any parent's perspective, this hits you at home. Protecting our children at all costs is forever the mission. Again, sending prayers and healing energy for the young boy who passed away and the siblings in this tragic situation. May the young boy rest in peace. If you find this information helpful and would like to continue the movement of spreading awareness, please join the family by clicking the like and subscribe button. Also leave a comment, share the video, and let me know what you would do best to prevent the situation. New videos on the way each week, with more stories and details behind situations that happen every day all around us. Always remember, on your bad days, someone is always going through something worse, and the best medicine of all is time to heal. Thank you everyone for the likes, comments, and support. I'll see you all in the next video.